Hey coders, what's going on? I'm here with another fun Whiteboard Wednesday video. Today we're going to be talking about anagrams and how to solve them using JavaScript. Our input will be two strings. Our desired output will be either false or true depending on if the two words are anagrams or not. If you don't recall what an anagram is off the top of your head, I had to look up the definition. They are one word, letters rearranged to form another word. So for the first example, Mary is an anagram of army, and back and forth too. We can rearrange the letters of Mary to get the word army, so our function should return true. These two words are anagrams. Listen and silent, also anagrams. Angel and gleans are not anagrams because there's an S in gleans but not in angel. So if we remove that letter S, it should actually return true since angel and glean are anagrams. So we're going to talk about how to solve this in JavaScript using our handy dandy buddies, the ES5 array methods. We're going to be using some shorthand to get this done. So let's go ahead and start with our anagram function being called with the inputs of Mary and army, just like our very first example input. We need to do some cleanup on these strings to make sure we can compare them directly. We don't really care about case sensitivity, and we also want to eventually account for multiple word anagrams and spaces and stuff like that. So let's begin. I am going to make two variables called clean1 and clean2. We're going to start with that. Clean1, clean2. They're going to be kind of mirror images of each other, one dealing with the first string and one dealing with the second string, which are our two inputs up here for our anagram function. So what we're going to be doing right now and keeping it fairly simple, let's just go ahead and take string 1 and do a .to lowercase. This is a method on strings that allows us to remove the cases from the guy. So just like the name sounds, we're going to take the first string and the second string, and all we're going to do is convert them to be all lowercase. So we don't have to worry about a capital M or a capital A throwing off our logic. Will be coming up here in just a second. We can also, just for a test, is go ahead and just return a blank string for now. And what we can do inside of here is console log clean 1 and 2 so we can kind of see what's going on right here. So if I console log string 1 and I copy and paste this console log and check out string 2, save this file, we can see that nothing has happened because I just console log string 1 and string 2. Oh man, typos are fun, aren't they? Especially when you're trying to do it in a recording. So, hey, but no one's above typos. We all make them. The trick is not to panic during a video recording and just keep calm, find the typo, and move on. So let's actually try console logging the correct values of clean 1 and clean 2 this time. There we go. We actually get Mary and army, now all lowercase letters. Nice and simple, right? So something else we can do that you've seen me use in other Whiteboard Wednesday videos is our handy dandy buddy, the .split method. And I can tell I want to split the string with no extra identifiers or extra characters, and what I want it to do is split them into arrays of characters instead. So saving and checking out that output. Okay, cool. We now have an array of characters. So what I want to do from there is have my handy dandy sort method available here. So the sort array method should alphabetize these arrays for us. So saving and checking out that output. Well, don't those arrays look identical? Now, all I have to do from there is join them back into a string with no extra characters or identifiers or anything like that with our array.join method, so they come back to strings, and you can already see that, yes, indeed, these two strings are comparatively the same, so all we have to do is return the value of clean1 is equal to clean2, and that should compare our two strings, now that that's what they are, and see if they are true or false. So that anagram pair is true. Army is the same thing as Amy. If I change this to listen and silent, we can also save this file with our new input and see that indeed they are correct there. We can remove these. Oh, I'm gonna leave the console logs there for now. I'm gonna comment them out real quick and let that run a bit cleaner. So true for our input of listen and silent. They are indeed anagrams. Angel and gleans hopefully throws a false into our console log here. And that is good news for us. We got it up and running. Let's add a little extra feature here. If you haven't encountered this particular string method before, it is called .trim. And it removes any preceding and ending white space from a string. So if there's some extra blank spaces in front or at the end of a string, trims it down. That way we get just the word itself. And that will allow us to account for spaces in words. So if I remove the S on gleans, angel and glean should be anagrams of each other, so we get back to a true value. But if I throw in a space somewhere inside of glean now, so this word glan, which technically aren't two real words, but theoretically they're both anagrams of each other because they're the same characters just mixed up, we go back to a false result. And well, if you want to account for multi-word stuff, we can actually do this. So back in my code here, I'm going to bring back my 2 console logs to see what's going on. So you can tell the difference between the strings here is that preceding space. So spaces are sorted from arrays from the middle or the end of a string that's been split into an array, and they are sorted to the beginning of the array. So we can actually add on a .trim method to both of these strings. So if I add on .trim, it should remove any trailing or preceding white space, which means if I save this file, that second string should have the white space removed. The 2 should now be considered equal, and we should get true. They are anagrams accounting for multiple spaces in words and things like that. So this was a nice, clean, and short and to the point Whiteboard Wednesday video. If you guys have any questions on anagrams, other methods of solving this, let me know. Leave them in comments below. Come join our Discord community and come discuss some other interview questions that might utilize some of these methods you've encountered before. Otherwise, I'll see you all again in another Whiteboard Wednesday video. Have fun and keep on coding.